Hello, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranch. Today I'll be giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for UFC Fight Night Paris. Gane versus Tuivasa. I'm going to give you some of the closer main card fights. Be sure to check out the video I did on, was it Monday, where I did prelim fight. This might have been Tuesday. Tuesday night I did 3 prelim fights, and now I'm gonna give you 3 capper comparison picks for 3 of the main card fights for UFC Fight Night in Paris. Starting out, we're gonna start this show with the featherweight fight between Charles Jourdain taking on Nathaniel the Prospect Wood. 29-year-old prospect, Nathaniel Wood. But anyway, Charles Jourdain comes in here as the slight favorite. He is the natural 145er. Nathaniel Wood had his debut 145-pound fight last time out against Charles Rosa, where he did win by unanimous decision. But remember, folks, most of his career, he's only had one fight at 145. All the 18-5, all the rest of his fights have been at 135. Charles Jourdain is the younger fighter here. He's 26 years old. Nathaniel Wood is 29. Creeping up on 30. Doesn't really matter though, featherweight. Charles Jourdain training out of Academia Pro Star, that is in Canada. He's a French Canadian. Thus, I think he probably will be the fan favorite over in France, because Nathaniel Wood's from England. The prospect trains out of Nathaniel Wood trains out of Great Britain's top team. Pretty good gym. That's Odie Osborne trains out of there, and I think Nathaniel Wood has a younger brother too. Trains out. Speaking of younger brothers, Charles Jourdain also has a younger brother fighting out of Academia Pro Star. All right, let's see what we're gonna go over these last 5 fights real quick of both these fighters, starting with the favorite, Charles Jourdain. His last fight was a loss to Shane Burgos, and man, that was a great fight. A lot of people saying he should have won that fight. He lost by majority decision, meaning one of the judges scored it as a draw. Before that, though, he tore apart Lando Venata. Lando Venata went in there looking emaciated, looking like he had a bad weight cut. Still, Lando Venata, he was on the downward skid anyway, going to that, and he got caught with Lando got caught with a guillotine in round 1, showing Charles Jourdain. Charles Jourdain does have some BJJ. He's a BJJ black belt. I can't say the same for Nathaniel Wood. I'm not sure, maybe, but Charles Jourdain definitely a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. People tend to overlook that because he likes to keep the fight standing on his feet. He likes to go in with a lot of pressure. He loves that. I seen it on Instagram. He's been training that Spartan kick, the front push kick that he kept doing against Andre Ewell in that fight. Yeah, speaking of before Lando Venata, he beat Andre Ewell unanimous decision, and he was loving that fight. That 3rd round, he was talking to the crowd, talking to the judging, talking to his corner, talking to everybody. He's like being flashy, just showcasing himself. Before that, though, he did lose to Julian Erosa by Darce choke in round 3. That's not a good look. And prior to that, he beat Marcelo Rojo by punches, round 3. He will have the 3-inch height advantage here, being the bigger guy, natural 145er, as I said. Both these fighters have the same reach. I want to add, Charles Jourdain has probably one of the most attractive girlfriends I've ever seen in my life. Check her out on Instagram. Her name is Clarence Lassard. Clarence. But she's a beautiful woman. Well, you can find her on Charles Jourdain's Instagram as well. But yeah, she's a very attractive woman. I was like, holy, whoa! I was taken aback at her beauty, for real. Clarence Lassard. Now let's talk about his opponent, Nathaniel Wood, the prospect. I think he's gonna have to change his name after he hits 30. because there you don't see many 30-year-old prospects. Well, there's a couple of them here and there, but Nathaniel Wood, the prospects, coming off that, I mentioned earlier, that 145-pound fight against Boston Strong Charles Rosa, where Charles Rosa lasted the entire time, but Nathaniel Wood did piece him up pretty much every round. But Charles Rosa did stick in there with him, because I'm telling you, coming up from 135, you don't have the power as a natural 145er. That's what's sticking out there for me. It's like, I got to keep remembering, Nathaniel Wood, he's coming up. I know he's probably still got to cut a little bit of, I don't know what his walk around weight is. I'm sure it's probably right around 150. I don't know, but still, I'm just saying Charles Jourdain will be the bigger, more natural guy in there. I think more athletic, stronger presence in that cage come Saturday afternoon. Before the win to Charles Rosa, he did lose to Casey Kenny by unanimous decision. He beat John Castaneda by unanimous decision. Now get this one. Before John Castaneda, he lost to John Dobson. Left hook to ground and pound, round 3. A lot of people are like putting fade because of that fight, but man, John Dobson's low key. He's just a bare knuckle fight against somebody else. I think a former UFC guy. But John Dobson's not as bad as people portray him to be. He's a pretty good. He's very quick with his hands. So I mean, I'm not taking that loss. I'm not putting a lot into that loss for Nathaniel Wood there. Before that, he did beat Jose Alberto Quinones by rear naked choke in round 2, thus showing he also has some ground ability. I think when it comes standing on the feet, this is my take. I think Nathaniel Wood probably will have a slightly better volume. He's a more technical striker. He's going to hit his target more, but the power and the significant strikes are going to come from Charles Jourdain. That's just my opinion. I think that's because Charles Jourdain comes with that pressure. I know he's like, 4-5, a losing record in the UFC, I do believe. But man, he's come into it. He's come into his 145 pounds fighting style, his aggressiveness. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see what the cappers have to say in this featherweight fight between Air Jourdain and the prospect, Nathaniel Wood. Taking the favorite in Air Jourdain, we've got the Stat Diggers, both DFS and Wheezy, on the side of Charles Jourdain. Then we've got Perfect Parlay Pursuit. That's three friends, Alex and Luke, their brothers, and their friend Dan, the Batman. The three of them have a fantastic show. I urge you guys, they're so close to 1,000 subscribers. I urge you guys to definitely check them out, subscribe to them. I know they can be a little long-winded when they do recaps, but they're getting better. They're getting better. They're jumping through all that and getting right down to the picks, which I didn't want to criticize them or anything. That's not my spot to do that, but yeah. Good content over at Perfect Parlay Pursuit. But anyway, we got Luke from Perfect Parlay Pursuit on the side of Jourdain. However, his brother Alex and Dan the Batman, Alex the Euro Under King, Lukey CK, and Dan the Batman and Alex are both on the side of Nathaniel Wood, getting it done here. Which you know what, I think if Wood plays it smart and doesn't get caught by the strong kicks and strikes, the power, if he plays smart, he can outpoint Jourdain. He can get the more volume, the more like I said, he hits his target. He's a more technical striker. I think he can get the volume there and get that. Then we've got taking Jourdain. We've got from We Want Picks, Angelo, a former manager, agent for UFC fighters. I love We Want Picks. I love their programming. He's on the side of Jourdain. However, his co-host, the other guy from We Want Picks, Jacob, is on the side of Nathaniel Wood. Interesting enough, Jacob and Angelo are on different sides of every one of these fights up here, which I find fun. I love it. Jacob from We Want Picks is on the side of Nathaniel Wood. Then, how many we got? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we've got the Fight Night Pick brothers, Matt and Craig Allen. They're also split here. The younger brother, Matt, is on the side of Charles Air Jourdain, where Craig is taking the striking prowess of Nathaniel Wood. And finally, to close it all out, we've got Leighton from the UFC Gambling Addicts, and he is on the side of Nathaniel Wood. But Leighton, I think, is slightly biased, being that he is out of the UK. Nathaniel Wood resides from the UK. Okay, so UFC GA, Gambling Addicts on the side. What do we have here? We've got a tie. Well, specifically, Stat Diggers is 2 people, okay? Perfect Parlay Pursuit, we got 2 there. So 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So yeah, we have an absolute tie. I guess I'm gonna have to make the decision on the majority here, and I usually go for the plus money, which would be Nathaniel Wood. However, I think I like that Jourdain is the natural 145 pounder, and I'm gonna side with him here. He's got the gorgeous girlfriend. He dyed his hair blonde. He's got that going for him. He's going over to France where he can speak his native French. Even though he's French-Canadian, still he can go out there and merci beaucoup, and all that. Bonjour, comment allez-vous, mon ami? All that, the language of love and all that good stuff. I'm going to take Jourdain to get it done. I think he's going to edge out a decision over Nathaniel Wood. He might even catch him for, you know what? Let's see, Nathaniel Wood, he did get that loss to John Dobson by ground and pound, round 3. He is going to be the smaller guy in there, but the dude has heart. That's what I like. And Charles Jourdain, let's see, he went to decision with Ewell, Burgos, took out Marcel Rowe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with decision for Jourdain. I think Nathaniel Wood probably will last, but man, I don't know. I'm thinking, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna say a late round KO for Jourdain. TKO. Move it on. Next, we have mini Calvin Gastelum. I'm just kidding, but a lot of people say he looks like a mini Calvin Gastelum. Nasrat Haqparast. The, what is he? Afghani-born German. He's relocated to Germany, taking on John Makdessi. John Makdessi, the Canadian that has now since moved to Los Angeles. It's going to be an interesting fight. All right. We got Haqparast as a pretty decent favorite, minus 233. I'm assuming a lot of that has to do with because of his 10-year age advantage. He's 27, Makdessi 37. Ugh, not good. Not good for John the Bull Makdessi. John the Bull Makdessi. We'll talk about him after we talk about Nasrat Haqparast. Nasrat Haqparast, these guys used to both at one time in their lives train at TriStar Gym in Canada. Both have since relocated. Nasrat Haqparast he's the one in Los Angeles. Nasrat is training in at King's MMA, but he did relocate he went from TriStar, born in Afghanistan, lived and trained in Germany for a bit. When his mother passed, I don't know the timeline. His mother passed just like recently, like I want to say within the past year. But from Germany, he lived in Germany. Afghanistan is his home country. Lived in Germany. Now he's relocated to Los Angeles, training out of King's MMA. That is verified on Instagram. He did have a little bit of a hand surgery after his fight with Bobby Green. I don't know exactly what happened, if it was tendons or something happened. He had to have hand surgery. But John Makdessi, same snap. He had knee surgery off his last fight with Ignacio Bahamondes, where he won split decision. That was a lot of people were upset with that fight because a lot of people, he was the underdog there, and a lot of people threw Ignacio Bahamondes, as I did as well, into a parlay. John Makdessi just shit in everybody's cereal that day. Back to Nasrat Haqparast. He will be the guy with the height and reach advantage. He has 2-inch height advantage, 4-inch reach advantage for Nasrat Haqparast. Coming off of losses to Bobby Green, where he was outstruck 114-73 in that fight. Bobby Green won a unanimous decision, as he should have. Before that, though, looked horrible against Dan Hooker. He only landing 27 strikes in that fight against Dan Hooker, losing by unanimous decision, as he should have. Before that, though, he did win a unanimous decision over Rafa Garcia. He won a unanimous decision over Alex Munoz, and prior to that, finishing off his last 5 fights, he lost to Drew Dober by ground and pound, 1 minute and 10 seconds into round 1. Not a good look there. Nasrat Haqparast was, when he first came into the fight scene, he was a hot prospect, had a lot of hype around him, but since then, yeah, he might be, if he loses this one, I don't know what to do with the guy. But because John Makdessi, 37 years old, he had his pro debut in 2008. He had his UFC debut 2010. Yes, John Makdessi has been around for quite a while. I did mention he did have knee surgery, right? Yeah, that's why it's like the last 5 fights I think have been 1 year apart. Like his activity's kind of weird. Like he fights, does crap for a year, fights again, does crap for a year, fights again. I know, but I think since his last fight, that knee surgery is the reason for his weird activity. Let's talk about his last 5. Anyway, he's 4-1 his last 5. He's most recently he beat Ignacio Bahamondes by split decision, as I mentioned. Prior to that, he lost to Francisco Trinaldo. Francisco Trinaldo's good, man. Lost to him by unanimous decision. And before that, all UFC fights too. A lot of these guys no longer UFC because they're dated. It's like he beat Jesus Pinedo, unanimous decision. He beat Ross Pearson, unanimous decision, and he beat Abel Trujillo, unanimous decision. All those last 5 fights, decisionator. As you can see, the over 2.5 rounds is -205. So even the bookies think this is going to go to a decision. John Makdessi, though, even for his age, he does got good volume. I think he's definitely got the better volume than Nasrat Haqparast, but I would assume Nasrat Haqparast will have the strength in his strikes. Let's see. He's like I mentioned, he's originally out of Canada, the TriStar Gym. He is now moved training over in Phoenix, Arizona at Ultimate Combat Fitness with former fighter, owner, coach Javier Torres. Javier Torres is a former Bellator fighter, but he's been working with John the Bull Makdessi for quite a long time. John Makdessi, well, since he's left Canada. John Makdessi, the Bull, let me tell you something. he tried to be an entrepreneur. I think this is part of the reason of his lengthy activity, like the year between. He's trying to be, and he watch his Instagram. He has a lot of that motivational, like what's the word I'm trying to think of? He tries to motivate, and he not only with like fighting, but with life in general, with money, with being an entrepreneur. He tried to get his own, I think he has it, but I guess he has the Bull Fitness Center, which now he's training at Ultimate Combat Academy, or Ultimate Combat Fitness. So the Bull Fitness Center, I think that kind of died out. He had Bulltrition, was like his own line of nutritional supplements, and he had Bull Wear, like Bull. It's like clothing line. Had the bull's head like his logo was like a Taurus, the bull head, but just the outline of it. It was kind of weird, but it was I don't know. I'd support it, I suppose. The Bull Makdessi. He'd ride that bull, that bull hype and the bull brand for what he could. He's got an Instagram. If you go back, I want to say like a year back, he has still, like, you can see it on Instagram where he's promoting all that crap. But I think all that has died out. I think it was like a failed business venture, if you know what I mean. I heard from We Want Picks, Jake and Angelo. Well, no, not Jake. Heard from Angelo on We Want Picks that if you can Google and find that he had his own fight promotion, like Bull Fights or something, or his own fight team, like the Bull Fight Team, but he wasn't paying his fighters or something. That's what Angelo said. Links for all these cappers will be in the description of the video. I urge you guys to check them out. Man, that's one thing about cutting down on my videos. There's so many handicappers that I want to showcase, but now that I'm only doing, the 2 shows a week, I can't put everybody in there. Like Dev the Dude, I would love to put him on there. The Haqparast podcast, I'd love to put those guys on here. A lot of these handicappers that I usually use week by week by week. Now I'm gonna have to be selective which ones I'm using, and for this show I got these ones, so thankfully. So that's that. Let's find out what these cappers I have. Let's see what they're taking here in this fight between Nasrat Haqparast and John the Bull Makdessi, serving up that bullshit. I'm just playing. John Makdessi, 37 years old, taking on a 27-year-old Haqparast, coming off 2 losses, but to both good fighters. We'll see. Okay, taking Nasrat Haqparast, we've got both the brothers from Fight Night Picks, Matt and Craig Allen, both on Nasrat Haqparast. Then jump over here from Stat Diggers. We've got DFS, that's Brady. And I think Weezy said worth a play, so he didn't officially say that's my pick or anything, but he says he might throw a bet on Makdessi. So I'm gonna classify that as a pick. Both the Stat Diggers on the side of Makdessi, good for them. Jump back over here. We've got Leighton from UFC Gambling Addicts on the side of Haqparast. Jump over here. We've got Jacob from We Want Picks, and he's saying by Makdessi by decision, and he might be onto something there. Makdessi does. I told you the stats don't lie, and he's got a lot more volume. I don't know what it is, significant strikes per minute, but he's got a lot more volume, and I think he's got less absorbed punches as well. So keep that in mind if you think it's going to go to decision. So, but however, Angelo is on the side of Nasrat Haqparast. Angelo, he's the one that pointed out the bullshit about the Bull brand and the Bull fight team or whatever. And yeah, check it out. It's interesting. Interesting content over at We Want Picks. I love it. Fun stuff. And finally, we got the Perfect Parlay Pursuits, and once again, not Triple P certified, because Alex and Lukey CK. Luke is a known John Makdessi hater, but in this case, both Luke and Alex are on the side of Nasrat Haqparast, mostly because of the 10-year age gap. However, I don't know if it's out of spite or what, but Dan, the bet man, is going to go with John Makdessi here. So edging out the majority, we've got 2, 3, 4 against 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 taking Haqparast, 6 cappers taking Haqparast, 4 taking Makdessi. But, and man, I'm still kind of torn. I want to see how they look in the face-offs. But for the sake of this show, I'm going to have to go with the Bull. That's right. I'm taking the plus money. And I'll tell you guys why. I'll tell you why Range is on the side of the bullshit. Because the Bull, if you look at their Instagrams, we got the Bull showing a lot of training videos where he's putting it in with Javier Torres, like a lot of videos support Ultimate Combat Fitness over in Phoenix, Arizona. And then Nasrat, I know he's got a couple training videos over King's MMA. He doesn't show anybody that he's sparring with, anybody that he's training with. Shows a lot of pictures of him, in his Muslim garb, and which religion doesn't play a factor in my picks. I don't care whether if you're Muslim, Christian, Satanist. That doesn't make a difference to me on how you fight. I think, most of those Dagestani fighters are Muslims, and they're fantastic. But most Korean or most American wrestlers happen to be on the Christian side. So that shit doesn't make a difference to me. But I'm just pointing out a lot of Islamic, Muslim Instagram posts on the side of Haqparast, where Makdessi, his head is in training. His head is in the game. I think he's gonna come out here. And man, just going through his Instagrams, I told you a lot of motivational shit in there. It got me pumped. It got me hyped on my life. I'm like, man, John Makdessi, and he's got even these stupid little quotes and stuff about your confidence in your life and persistence and all this crap. The stuff you see in offices on those little poster boards and stuff, together everybody achieves more. It's the crap I don't know, success, confidence, motivation, determination, persistence, all that crap. John Makdessi's covered with it. He's swimming in that crap. Swimming in a pool of motivation and swimming in a legitimate pool, saying swimming is good for your cardio, it's good for your muscle recovery. Show them swimming in a pool. An Olympic-sized pool, not like a hotel extravagant pool, like an Olympic pool. Yeah, John Makdessi. I know he's got dents on his head and he's kind of cross-eyed a little bit, but it don't matter. The dude can fight. I know he's 37, 10 years older. I realize that, but I think he's going to outvalue Haqparast and get the decision victory here. So I'm taking John Makdessi by decision. The Bull at plus money, plus 198, and climbing. That opened up at plus 170. And Haqparast was a minus 200. So money's been pouring in on Nasrat. Probably because of the age, but don't underestimate John the Bull Makdessi. Check out his Instagram. It'll motivate you as well. Moving on, finally, the last fight I covered before Friday night's live stream. By the way, Friday night's live stream, I'm covering the entire card. Me, Dave, Manny from MMA Fight Club, all three of us be in there having some brews, having some laughs, those guys would be smoking. I can't because of my job, but it'll be a good fun time. I urge you guys to come join the chat. It's the most interactive, fun show that I do, and yeah, tune in Friday. We usually go on like 8:30 Eastern time because we have to wait. Dave's in British Columbia, so he's 3 hours behind. He gets out of work by the time he gets food in his belly and everything. He would rather do it at 9. I'd rather do it at 7, but because of BC Dave, we usually go around 8:30ish, but definitely check that out. So let's get into this middleweight fight between Alessio DiChirico or DiChirico. I think it's DiChirico. I think it's how you say it. That's how heard a lot of different people say it. I know Luke and Alex from Perfect Product Pursuit in their chat. Somebody was, because they were saying it all messed up, and Luke was starting to feel it. He was drinking some Miller Lights, starting to feel the buzz too, and he was like, "Guy in chat, how about you shut the hell up?" He seriously shut up. I'll say it how I want to say it. He was like saying DiChirico or Chicoroyo, or I don't know. He was messing it up. But anyway, Alessio DiChirico, Alessio DiChirico taking on Roman Kopylov. We got the Italian DiChirico Manzo, which happens to be my brother's wife's maiden name. Interesting enough, Manzo. We got Alessio DiChirico taking on Roman Kopylov, the Russian, actually the Siberian, training out of Russia. And Siberia is a different country, but under still, whatever. Kopylov, the Siberian Russian, DiChirico, the Italian, Manzo. So, let's talk about the slight favorite. Look at how even this fight is. DiChirico 13-6, -112 on BetOnline as of last night. I didn't check it this morning. This is a pre-jury duty video, actually. Kopylov -108. Okay. We're going to talk about DiChirico first, since he's a slight favorite here. DiChirico, training out of he owns his own place. It's called the Gloria Fight Center, also known as the Maximus Fight Team. It is in Rome, Italy. He's been training on Instagram. He's been training with Gagard Musasi and Marvin Vettori, who is co-main on this card, co-main fight on this card, Marvin Vettori. He's been training with those guys over in Rome, Italy at the Maximus Fight Team, the gym that Alessio DiChirico owns, Gloria Fight Center. Gloria. Okay, he's coming off a loss to Abdul Razak Al Hassan, where Abdul Razak Al Hassan kicked his head off 17 seconds to round 1. Ugh, not good, DiChirico. Not good, Manzo. Before that, though, he did beat Jaqueen Buckley. How? Head kick, round 1. So, like, they love doing the head kick thing. Before that, he lost to Zach Cummings. Ugh. Not a good look. By unanimous decision. Prior to that, he lost to Makhmed Muradov. Unanimous decision. Ugh. Again. And before that, he lost to Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland, I'm a big fan of Kevin Holland. So, and unanimous decision. So, he's only 1-4 in his last 5. Ay, ay, ay. I know the one win he does have is a good win. Jaqueen Buckley, who was also on this card. I covered that fight on Tuesday or whenever I did it. So, that's DiChirico, 1-4 in his last 5. 32 years old. Age is not a factor here because Kopylov is 31. Their age is pretty close. And same height here, only a 1-inch reach advantage for Kopylov. So, tail to tape, no difference. They're virtually the same. That's why, look at the line, man. Line very evenly. Kopylov, he's not looking that great either. Has yet to find a win in the UFC. He's 0-2 in the UFC. Last loss was to Albert Duriev, but he did go to decision, and it was a very good fight there. He lost by unanimous decision, but man, he did have his moments in that fight. Before that, he lost by rear naked choke to Carl Roberson in round 3. That was his UFC debut. But Carl Roberson, he's a baby K. Sometimes he's fantastic, sometimes he's mediocre. You know, it depends on which version you're going to get. Before that, Roman Kopylov, a Fight Nights Global champion, destroying pretty much everybody over down in the undefeated 8-2 until he came to the UFC. His only 2 losses, I told you, Albert Duriev and Carl Roberson. Before that, wiping through all these Russian guys over at Fight Nights Global. I'm not even gonna bother Yasube Inamoto. He sounds Spanish actually, or not? He sounds Japanese. I'm sorry, Spanish. Yamamoto Inamoto. He sounds like a Japanese guy. Before that, Abusupian Alekhanov. That name actually sounds familiar. I think he might have progressed out of Fight Nights Global into another, like maybe Bellator or PFL or LFA or something. But Roman Kopylov, Fight Nights Global champion, destroying everybody over there in Russia. He is also a Sambo and hand-to-hand combat expert. I don't know if he's a master of sport. I didn't catch that anywhere, but I know he's well-versed in Sambo competitions, and you know, he's Siberian, but he trains out of the Ratai team. It's R-A-T-Y. I don't know how you say that in Russian, and I had to translate all his Instagrams, but he is also Muslim. Makes no difference to me. Who's he been working out with? I don't know as of the most recently, but I know 2 months ago he was working with, listen to this guy's, Saduleyev Abdul-Rashad. Saduleyev Abdul-Rashad is a freestyle wrestling champion, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Gold, not silver, not bronze. 2-time Olympic freestyle wrestling gold medalist. 5-time world champion, 5-time European champion. The dude is a phenomenal wrestler. So Kopylov, you gotta imagine, people, like I've heard a lot of these cappers, oh, DiChirico should have the wrestling advantage. Maybe, but I don't know. Kopylov training with this gold medalist Abdul-Rashad, Saduleyev Abdul-Rashad, freestyle Olympic gold medalist, 5-time world champion. Oh, forget about it. Anyway, let's see what the cappers have to say. I gotta get going. Jury duty starts in like an hour, and I got a half-hour drive still. So, let's see. Starting with the slight favorite, taking DiChirico. That's how you say it. We've got Angelo. We want picks. Angelo on the side of DiChirico. As I mentioned earlier, him and Jacob went different on every one of these fights here. Jacob on the side of Roman Kopylov. And then we've got Perfect, Poorly, Pursuit, Dan, and Alex. This time, Luke is the solo on the side of Roman Kopylov, Lukey CK. And then we've got Stat Diggers, Wheezy and DFS, both on the side of DiChirico. I think these guys are they both said DiChirico should have the better wrestling and all well-roundedness. But, you know, I don't know, man. I think they're overlooking that Kopylov is a hand-to-hand combat expert, Sambo, and been training with that freestyle wrestling gold medalist. I'm just saying, I don't know if they know. I wasn't able to watch it live, so I couldn't interject that in the chat, which if I did, they would have mentioned something. A lot of times if I'm able to attend a live stream and I interject information in chat, it gets posted and they discuss it, because I throw up a lot of tidbits of knowledge that a lot of people do not really look, they don't dive that deep. But Kopylov, working with that Abdul Rashad, and he's not the only, he's been working with killers. I can't pronounce most of their Russian names, but they have a killing Olympic Russian program wherever, over at that Ratai team in Russia. Killers over there. Russian monsters. Yeah. That have been wrestling their entire lives. And Kopylov's been getting it in with those guys. Then we've got Fight Night Picks, Matt and Craig. There you go, boys. Matt and Craig from Fight Night Picks on the side of Kopylov. And finally, for the tiebreaker, we've got UFC Gambling Addicts. And he is on the side of Roman Kopylov. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. I hope it goes plus money because it did. No, they opened up at both minus 110 both sides. But maybe if money keeps coming in on DiChirico, then maybe, just maybe, Kopylov might be hit that plus 100 maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But I will put this bet in right after I'm done with the show for this parlay. And I think Kopylov's going to win by control time with wrestling, takedowns, and they can both strike as well. This is going to be it's a very close fight. It could go either way, but I'm going to go on the side of Kopylov, and I think he's going to get it done by, hold the brakes. Yeah, we're going to say decision. We're going to say decision for this one here for Kopylov. So to recap, time check. Man, I gotta go. All right. To recap, I've got Charles Jourdain taking out Nathaniel the Prospect Wood. I think he's gonna finish him before the end of the 3 rounds. I think probably later, probably 3rd round or late 2nd round, he's gonna find his finish. And if on Instagram, he's been training that, boom, that Spartan kick. He's been training that shit, so I assure you he's going to be using it. He's going to use that against Wood. He does have the height advantage, so that means he's got 3 inches that further for his kick. He's going to use that, make space, and follow it up with a bunch of punches, jabbing him. Wood will have more volume, but Jourdain, I think, is going to take him out with his strength and athleticism. Then I've got John Wayne Makdessi, the Bull. John Wayne, I forgot to mention, he goes by John Wayne Makdessi on Instagram. John Wayne Makdessi, love it. Love the Bull. Using his bullshit to take out Nasrat Haqparast. He's going to win a decision victory there because he's going to outvalue him, and I don't see either one of these fighters getting finished. It's not going to go to the ground. It's going to stay on the feet. Makdessi's going to outvalue him, outstrike him. And yeah, I mean, Haqparast will throw the stronger, more significant strikes, but they're not going to put a look at his Tapology picture. He's looking like he's cross-eyed, looking up. He's like, with his cross-eyed. You see his delts and his pecs, and sees all his muscular. He's looking crazy. And his told you, his Instagram motivates me. I might watch it before I go to grand jury. Just I don't know. No, I'm just playing with you, but for real, it is very motivational. I like his Instagram. I'm taking the plus money, Makdessi. And finally, I got Roman Kopylov because of who he's been training with. Don't get me wrong, DiChirico training with Musasi and with Marvin Vettori, fantastic training partners. You can't take anything from that. And I know he's going to have probably a lot of more home crowd support because Italy is relatively close to France, where Makdessi, coming out of Phoenix, Arizona, coming out of Canada by way of Phoenix, Arizona, is not going to have the crowd support. Plus, oh, my bad. Fucking messing it all up for you guys. Sorry, DiChirico training with Musasi Vittori. She'll still have this crowd support because Kopylov out of Russia, who right now is not looking good upon on the world scale. And for real, if you go on the Instagram, it's cringy, man, because that Wrestling Institute, in the background, it shows a picture of Putin with that Olympic gold medalist Abdul Rashad. Big poster, Putin and Abdul Rashad just standing there together. Yeah, that's cringy because, you know, the whole Ukraine thing. So probably not a lot of fan support for Kopylov, but I think Kopylov is going to get it done. I think he's going to win a decision because it's going to be irrefutable with the control time, takedowns, and striking combined. DiChirico is a well-rounded, good fighter, but Kopylov's going to win this one, I'm telling you. I got that feeling. Got that feeling! So there you have that. I'm going to parlay Kopylov, Makdessi, and Charles Jourdain for plus money. That's going to be nice plus money because of that Makdessi fight. And there you have it. So gather the info. Place those bets and cash those tickets. I really appreciate you guys watching. Give me that thumbs up. Fill the comments with who you think is going to win these fights. I'd like to hear both sides of every fight. And stay tuned on Friday when I do the live stream with Manny from MMA Fight Club and my boy BC Dave, the stat man. We're going to get it down dirty. We're going to do it well. Good luck on your bets. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.